A destructive house fire leaves a home in Shasta County uninhabitable. We have details on the arrest of two men after a drug raid in Palermo. Plus,
the Senate votes again as the government shutdown enters its third week. I'm Natalie Brand with the latest from Capitol Hill and why a federal judge has temporarily blocked federal layoffs during the stalemate.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
New at noon, a drug trafficking investigation led to two arrests in Butte County. Agents with the Narcotics Task Force and the Sheriff's Special Enforcement Unit searched property on Powerhouse Hill Road in Palermo. They seized methamphetamine, cocaine, and more than 200 pounds of marijuana, along with a handgun, ammunition, scales, and cell phones. 47-year-old Michael Brown, a convicted felon, was arrested for the gun, cultivation, and drug sales. 36-year-old Joseph Brown was arrested on cultivation and drug charges. The second teenager found guilty of planning an attack on Evergreen Middle School in Cottonwood was sentenced to 364 days in juvenile hall. The 14-year-old had a dispositional hearing yesterday. The Tehama County DA's office said he is now a ward of the court and is placed on indefinite probation. The teen must complete an in-custody initiative focusing on attitude, responsibility, motivation, outlook, and respect. The 15-year-old convicted of the crime was sentenced in August to 4 years in a secure youth facility. Investigators said the two planned to kill 100 people or more at the middle school. A bit of a headache for some drivers during the morning commute in Chico today. Take a look. We have video from West 9th Street. This was near Ivy. A lot of people got caught up in a line of traffic as two lanes were narrowed down to just one. And this was right before 8 o'clock today. They say traffic was backed up almost to Nord Avenue. We're working to find out whether there was an accident involved or if it was just a result of road work in that area. A live look now from the Herd Peak Alert California camera. You can see mostly blue skies, a little lingering fog in the area, and we're expecting some warmer temperatures as well. Meteorologist Mikkel Hannah Harding has a look at what you can expect ahead.
Well, good afternoon, Linda. We are taking a look from Tom Head Lookout in Tehama County, and this is a beautiful shot here. Beautiful bluebird skies atop snow-covered mountaintops right now. So it's a beautiful view, and we are seeing lots of sunshine around the area today. It's courtesy of this upper level low starting to really pull away from us here. You can see this counterclockwise spin moving off to the north and east. It's causing some thunderstorm activity today in the Great Plains and a severe threat for them. But we're nice and sunny today and looking at temperatures at the moment in those 60s for the valley. So it's not a bad feel. We'll see temperatures for today rising towards those lower 70s in Chico. Lots of sunshine, and as we do head towards your Redding Planner, a beautiful outlook this evening, looking at temps in the upper 70s. We'll talk about your forecast in detail coming up.
Thank you, Mikkel. New at noon, the chief of the Mountain Gate Volunteer Fire Department says they are still investigating the cause of a fire that caused major damage to a modular home. Chief Dan Stenger says it started a little after 11:30 Wednesday morning. He says a homeowner saw the smoke on her cameras and called it in. She was not at home at the time. The fire caused about $100,000 damage to the home located on Poco Vista Lane. Most of the damage was in the kitchen and attic. Firefighters rescued two cats and a rabbit, but a third cat did not survive. Also new at noon, an indecent exposure arrest. Chico police say they were called to the area of Esplanade and Hinshaw Avenue around 4:30 yesterday to reports of a man walking in traffic, exposing himself to passing vehicles. Police say as officers approached, 40-year-old Tyler Wagner tried to run but was captured after a short foot chase. He was arrested on charges of indecent exposure and resisting arrest. The Redding Neighborhood Police Unit made several arrests during a directed enforcement operation this week. Police say 12 people were arrested and they issued 10 misdemeanor citations and 2 infraction citations. The operation Tuesday focused on locations affected by theft, drug use, and illegal camping. Crews also cleared out several thousand pounds of trash. The Senate voted for a 10th time today on a funding bill to end the government shutdown as the stalemate enters its third week. A federal judge has also temporarily blocked the Trump administration from firing workers during the shutdown, as the White House says thousands more jobs could be on the line. Natalie Brand has the latest from Washington.
Ms. Hassan, no.
Senators returned to the floor for a 10th attempt to fund the U.S. government, and once again, the GOP measure failed.
The motion is not agreed to.
On the larger issues, neither side is showing signs of budging.
We are not asking Democrats to swallow any new Republican policies. We're simply asking them to extend current funding levels for a few weeks while we work on full-year appropriations.
And the Trump shutdown drags on because Republicans refuse to work with or even negotiate with Democrats in a serious way to fix the health care crisis in America.
The president's Office of Management and Budget says federal worker layoffs during the shutdown could exceed 10,000, but a federal judge says for now the firings must stop. The case is playing out in California, where Wednesday a judge granted a temporary restraining order to block the cuts, saying it's a human cost that cannot be tolerated. One of the agencies significantly impacted by the layoffs late last week, the Centers for Disease Control.
It's truly like an episode of Squid Games, because we don't know what's going to happen next.
CBS News spoke to a CDC scientist who received a reduction in force notice. She's asked for her identity to be concealed for fear of retribution.
The everyday American should be very concerned. It's going to mean more deaths, more preventable deaths. People will absolutely die from the impact of this administration.
A spokesperson for the Department of Health and Human Services said the layoffs were part of cutting a bloated bureaucracy and that the positions were deemed non-essential by their divisions. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
With no end to the standoff in sight, Republican leadership in the Senate plan to vote this afternoon on advancing a year-long bill to fund the military, but it's unclear if it gets enough Democrat support to meet the 60-vote threshold to pass. The administration says members of the military, Coast Guard, and FBI currently continuing to be paid, but House Speaker Mike Johnson warned the move was only a temporary fix. The man arrested in connection with starting the deadly Palisades fire in Los Angeles is now facing new charges. A federal grand jury indicted Jonathan Rinderknecht on 2 additional federal charges. He was already facing 1 charge related to the January fire that killed 12 people. 29-year-old made his first appearance in Orlando federal court last week. He'll appear in front of a judge in Los Angeles soon, and if convicted, he now faces up to 45 years in prison. Today, the beautiful Sundial Bridge that you see behind me will be lit up in pink for the Think Pink Sundial Resource Fair. The new breast health calendars and bags will be available, and other NorCal Think Pink swag will be available to buy. There'll be a resource booths, food trucks, and entertainment, all happening at the Sundial Bridge in Redding from 5 to 8 tonight. The Redding Area Bus Authority will provide free shuttles to and from the resource fair. They'll be running from Canby Transfer Facility on Dana Drive and from Turtle Bay Exploration Park. Now, free parking is also available at Canby Transfer Facility, also behind J.C. Penney at the Mount Shasta Mall. We will have live reports starting tonight at 5:30. Still ahead, the U.S. Mint reveals a new coin featuring Steve Jobs, part of its Innovators series. And speaking of innovators, a guest joins us with details on Grow Tech Fest 2025, what's featured, and who should attend.